and welcome back to the Amethyst Witches. Our topic this week is about spirit communication.
Yeah, spirits, ghosts, and other entities. Yeah, and some people don't believe in ghosts. But the thing about a ghost is a spirit that has not ascended, that is still walking the earth. And some people have seen ghosts and they can attest to having seen them. But we all have spirits inside of us.
Mm-hmm.
We are spirits. We live in a spiritual world. And that's what magic is all about, really.
Yeah.
Is understanding and mapping out the spiritual world.
Yes.
Right.
Understanding what's beyond the veil.
Yeah. Yeah. And I had seen my first ghost when I was about 12 or 13 years old, and my grandfather had passed away. And what ended up happening was, there was the big ordeal of him dying at home. And then it was very scary for me because I had to walk past the bedroom and his body was in there and I was really freaked out. I'd never dealt with death before. And I loved my grandfather so dearly. He had cancer and he collapsed in the bathroom. And then my father put him in bed. Anyway, the story was, the funeral hadn't happened, or maybe the funeral had happened. I'm not sure now. It's hard to remember back that far. But I was walking past the house and my grandfather always sat in this big brown leather chair. And I looked over and there he was sitting there. I saw him clear as day and he went like this. And I waved because it didn't dawn on me yet. And then as soon as I passed the window, I went, "What?"
Wow.
Because then it dawned on me, he died.
Wow.
And I went back and looked and there was nobody sitting there. So what did I see?
I love that.
Yeah, it's actually a beautiful story because I feel like he was telling me, it's okay. I'm all right.
Yeah.
Don't worry about me.
Yeah.
I'm still here.
A hello from the other side.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's so nice.
Yeah.
I have something similar, but mine happened more in a dream. My dad passed away when I think I was 17.
That's so young.
So it was late at night, and I had a dream that my dad had come to visit me, and he at the time he was dying from emphysema from smoking, and we knew that he wasn't well, and he was at the veterans hospital, so he wasn't at home during that time period. And yeah, he came to visit and was telling me some things. I wish I could remember what he told me back then. I really don't. It was so long ago.
Mhm.
But within 10 or 15 minutes, my mother got the phone call that he had just passed.
Wow.
So it woke her up. And all I said was, she said, "Your dad's passed." And I just said, "I know."
Wow.
Yeah. Because he'd already come.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So.
And that often happens where someone passes away and then it might be a friend or a family member has a dream about them. And usually the spirit comes to say, "I'm all right. Everything's okay. I'm in a better place," or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Or "Don't worry about me."
Yeah. I think he was coming to just say goodbye, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's so sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's nice to, yeah. I mean, now whenever I go to psychics or, go
You always
to
come
the
through.
spiritualist church, my dad comes through first, always. I rarely hear from my mother, and she's doing pretty well, but I almost always hear from my dad. So it's kind of nice.
Well, when I did that, Mary was reading tarot cards at a sort of a little psychic fair.
Yeah.
Would you call it a psychic fair?
Yeah.
Yeah. And selling some of your wares because Mary makes beautiful things, beautiful clothes and jewelry and all kinds of things. And she was reading tarot to people. And I went to see her and they were having a seance that day. And they've made this bar downtown. It's called the Albion, and they've made it into sort of an old-fashioned salon. Hey, they've got all sort of easy. Yeah, they got all Victorian furniture in there, and it's really cool now. Anyways, the perfect place for a seance. And the lady who was performing it was named Carrie Lynn. I'm sorry.
Carrie Lynn.
Shellhorn.
Yes.
That's where I got the
Yeah.
Anyway. And at first, they had lights flickering, like, oh, is there a spirit here? And lights would flicker, basically, like the spirit was influencing the electromagnetic frequencies. And that was cool, but I'm skeptical. I'm always skeptical about these things. I gotta prove it to me. Prove it. But anyways, and then they had a Ouija board out, and some people were doing the Ouija board, and it was moving around, and but they were still sort of like the messages were unclear, right? But then we did this table tipping thing, and even thinking about it today, I'm just getting shivers going right down my spine because I cannot explain that.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
And if you've never seen table tipping before,
yeah,
there was, I guess, 4 or 5 people in our group and the psychic, Carrie Lynn Shellhorn.
Yeah.
And we were just putting honestly, fingers. Like 2 fingers on the table. Like, so nobody was moving this table. And she asked, is there a spirit in this room? And all of a sudden the table starts to rumble. And everyone was freaked out. Everyone that was there was, what the heck? Okay, but that was the start of it. That damn table started spinning around. Wow. It went up on one leg. And after the thing, anyways, and in that one, this relates to the other video we did earlier where I said, the psychic brought through my mother.
Yeah.
Because my mother passed away when I was 25. And and when my mother was passing away, my son was a baby. And the psychic said, the spirit says that when she was dying, or when they were dying, she didn't say she said, when they were dying, there was a baby boy. And I got shivers, right? And then the table was spinning around. Anyway, she was asking it questions, yes, no. And if it was yes, it went a certain way. And if it was no, it would go the other way. The whole darn table. Like,
that's amazing.
It was just amazing.
She's very talented.
She's very talented, yeah. But yeah, the message was basically that my mother was watching over my son.
Oh.
And that's very beautiful. They had a connection, a spirit connection.
Yeah.
You think about it. He was just coming into the world. She was just going out.
Yeah. Oh, wow. So
that's pretty powerful. Pretty powerful.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure my dad watches over my son as well. Like, just from some of the stories he used to tell when he was little, but I think my dad was there with him.
Coming to him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And wouldn't you want to watch over your children and your children's children if you could?
Yeah.
From the spiritual realm? And so like the idea about the spiritual realm is that, it circles around the earth basically. And it's like a big circle, and then there's our world, this everyday reality. And sometimes these 2 circles will cross and penetrate one another. And in witchcraft, in Wicca, we believe that there are 2 times of the year that are the veil is the thinnest between the 2 worlds. And that would be Samhain, which is Halloween. And that actually isn't just Halloween. It ends up going into November a bit too, right? With All Saints Day or All Souls Day.
Yeah.
So anyways, there's that time of year. And then the opposite, when everything's, and so I would just say, it's at Samhain, everything is dying down. The world is dying down. The leaves have fallen off the trees, everything's going into its dormant phase. Its death phase.
Yes.
Right? Whereas in the spring at Beltane, everything is coming alive.
Yeah.
And so that is also when the veil is thinnest at Beltane.
Yes.
Those 2 times are very magical for ancestor work, spirit work of all kinds.
Yeah. Fairy season.
Yeah. And so that's another thing, is that there are different types of spirits, right? And the old medieval grimoires talk a lot about angels and demons. But that's not just it. There's other types of spirits. There's ancestors. There's the spirits of the restless dead. There are, fairies. There are elementals.
Yeah, and you can come across these out in nature,
right?
Elementals. But also, I have a good story of an elemental. When I was working at a little witchy store, there definitely was an elemental there in that store, and he just liked to hang out there. Pretty sure it was a masculine energy. And everybody that would come into the store would mention it. Like,
and what did they
like, people
They
that
just
come on
felt
a
it?
regular, yeah,
Yeah.
people that came on a regular basis. It was always in this one corner, and the lady that owned the shop, she even had a big tapestry of the Green Man right there, and so it really fit. Like he just was like sitting there where that Green Man tapestry was, and people always would mention, "Oh, I feel something over here," and we're like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
that's so
There's
elemental
something
just
there.
hanging out." I think he just enjoyed watching what was going on.
Right.
Just liked the energy that was in the
Well, she was a
store.
witchy. It was a witchy store
It
too.
was,
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
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 So I think, yeah, the elemental just liked to see what was going on and see the people coming and going, and
Isn't that interesting?
yeah, yeah,
Just an observer.
yeah, just an observer.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And that's a neat thing
And
to
it was right on the river, I should mention.
Oh, so
That
do you think it was a
building
water
that
spirit?
must have been. The building
They
was like sitting over the river almost. So it kind of makes sense that they like to live there.
Right.
So
So yeah, and we want to talk a little bit about communicating with spirits as well, and how one would go about doing that.
what tools to use?
Yeah.
Um,
We have some different tools we can talk
over
about.
here.
We have here a pendulum board.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
I'll just show that. It's a beautiful pendulum board. I've got to try this one out sometime.
I don't know if I've even tried this one out
It says
in public yet.
Yes, no. So the yes is the vertical, and the no is the horizontal, and then you've got rephrase, unsure, rephrase, unsure if it's not.
Yeah, so you can just hold
Correct.
your pendulum over the board and have it do things. Now, pendulums, I use pendulums a lot. So for me, if I say, show me a yes, it's doing exactly what it's doing. So it does a circle. And if I say, show me a no, then it'll do up and down. So I don't know. There's something about pendulums that just work really well for me.
Yeah, they do. And you know what's neat too? If you go into a witchy store and you try different pendulums,
Yeah.
and sometimes you'll just say in your out loud quietly or in your head, "Show me yes." And certain stones, like I have a moss agate one. Woo, that thing goes.
Yeah.
It's like it
Just
just
to try them out.
you got to try them out because it maybe you resonate with the stone.
Yeah. This one I think is made by Christine.
Oh, Christina, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a green one like that.
And
It's got things in it. It's got metal and resin
with metals and crystals
yeah,
in it.
infused in it.
Yeah. It has
Yeah, they're pretty powerful,
type
those
of
ones.
name, but I can't think
Yeah.
of it right now.
Yeah, so there's that one. And then you've got this one here, Mare. This is it's almost like a Ouija board, really, that it has all the letters on it.
Spelled out.
Yeah. And so that's a different one where you might actually use your pendulum to spell things out and give you numbers, similar to a Ouija board. Yeah.
It works really well, actually.
So before you do work with a pendulum, it's always good to get into the frame of mind, or Ouija board or anything else, to get into the frame of mind of using it, right? And plus, you want to consecrate and bless your tool, just like you would any other tool. You don't want to just use it without blessing. It's not a good idea.
Never know what's in that from who made it, or I think both of those I've picked up at like different, witchy fairs or whatever.
And yeah, the best thing to do also is to get into the state of mind.
I think I made this pendulum. Yeah, this one goes along with that one because it has.
Oh, that's a nice one.
Isn't that pretty?
Opaline or opalite or whatever it's called. Yeah, that's nice.
Goes with that other board.
So yeah, soft lighting is best. Maybe you might want to put some soft music on, but nothing too heavy. You're not trying to get charged up. You're trying to calm down.
Yeah.
And just sort of get into that trance state, or we said the alpha state, where you're a meditative state where you're nice, breathing heavy, or not heavy, but deeply.
Do your full breath and get yourself.
Yeah, get yourself into the zone.
Yeah.
Right? Light some candles, dimly lit room. not bright lights, unfocused gaze, you know, especially if you're scrying. That was another thing we could talk about, is scrying.
Yeah.
Some people will use an obsidian mirror, or you can use a bowl, a black bowl with water in it.
Yeah.
You can even scry into a campfire, scry into the flames.
Oh, I love to do that in the summer. Yeah.
Yeah. And you can see things. You can see pictures or images, or some people use tea leaves.
Yes.
Remember that lady in Hamilton?
Yeah.
Amy.
She's
right. I can't
really
remember her last
good
name, but she's really good.
at reading tea leaves.
Yeah, she's really good at it. She read my tea leaves and she was bang on.
Yeah.
She was. Anyways,
good job with mine too.
This is a Ouija board, and a lot of people are afraid of Ouija boards.
Yeah.
And actually, with good reason, if you don't use them properly, they can be quite scary.
Yeah. Well, you should never go into using spirit communication if you're fearful.
Right.
If you're going in going, I want to get scared and I'm afraid to use this, well, guess what you're going to get?
Yeah.
You're going to get a negative entity because you're in a negative state of mind.
That's right.
So, yeah, you want to go into it with a clear mind and be relaxed and in the alpha state when you're doing this type of work, rather than, this is why teenagers always end up having things happen, because they're all excited and they scare each other and they're bringing in evil.
But they don't do any blessing first.
No.
They don't ask for the only benefic spirits to be present. So you're going to get some malefic spirits. And this is what happened to me. And I was about 13 again. A lot of things happened to me during that time, turning, you know, into puberty. But my friend and I, her mother had a Ouija board. And she was using it all the time by herself. And she had a really active spirit coming through. And her mother worked as a cosmetician at a beauty salon in the mall. And she always bought lottery tickets at they had these little lottery kiosks where you could buy Winterio. Remember Winterios? A long time, a Lotterio, Winter. I don't even know if they have those anymore, but at the time they did. And the spirits that came through her board, she said, tell me what the winning lottery ticket number is. Because the Winterio tickets used to have the numbers on them.
Oh.
Right? So she went to the kiosk. She had written down the number. She bought the ticket and won $500.
Oh my goodness.
Explain that. But anyways, we wanted to use her Ouija board because we were so, you know, we just thought, we got to try this thing. So me and my friend Carrie, her name is Carrie Hall, we got together, and she was a little bit older than me by a year. So I was probably in grade 7 at the time. She was in grade 8. And we tried the Ouija board, and, you know, we had it spelling stuff out, and it was really, I was just so freaked out because the thing was really moving.
Yeah.
But then it got to a point where it started moving really, really fast like this.
Holy cow.
It was really just crazy. And then it shot the planchette shot right off the board. And we were so scared. We took it in the back of her apartment building. We broke it in half and set it on fire in the parking lot.
Mother's
Because we were so freaked out. But here's the crazy thing. If we had conjured a spirit, breaking the board's not going to get rid of it.
No, it's not.
Because the board is just a board.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, so that's my Ouija board story.
I think the Ouija boards get the bad rap from movies.
Right.
You know,
no, but some people do have that experience.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
They absolutely do. Yeah. And like I said, it's because they're bringing that in with them. So, yeah.
Well, it all started with Mr. Howdy.
Yeah.
And the Exorcist.
That's right. I was going to say the Exorcist. Yeah. That's where that spirit came from, was supposedly the Ouija board.
Right.
So, yeah, it's kind of gotten this reputation over the years. Like, people don't want to touch it at all. For a long time, when I did shows showing my jewelry or whatever, I'd use Ouija boards that had never been used for spirit communication, just new ones. It had the jewelry sitting on them because I thought it looked neat. Mm-hmm. And people would get freaked out.
Oh, yeah.
They walked into the store.
Yeah.
Some people loved it, and other people's were like, oh,
devils, demons.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And it was interesting to me to see the different reactions to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, but that to say, though, certainly if there is good people and bad people, there's going to be good spirits and evil spirits, right? And I mean, I did read this book. It was, I wish I had have kept it, but I actually just got rid of the book because after I read it, I was like, I'm probably not going to read that book again. And I was getting rid of a bunch of books, so I got rid of it. But it was about this guy who was a psychologist, and he was called in by, I don't know, by a priest or what, but he was called in to assess people who were supposedly demonically possessed.
Oh, okay.
And I can't remember the name of the book, but anyways, it was such an interesting book.
Wow.
I read it so fast, I couldn't put it down because there were some things that you just could not explain. You couldn't explain.
Yeah.
These people were actually possessed.
Huh.
And, you know, they would know things that there's no way they could know.
Yeah.
And
speaking different languages.
They would know different languages and all kinds of things. So a little scary. A little scary, that stuff.
Yeah. I don't want to mess around with that too much.
And even, you know, a lot of magical people these days are getting into conjuring demons and things like that. And
I think if you're advanced in your practice and you know what you're doing, you could probably go ahead and do that. But I think there's a lot of it out on the internet that maybe a brand new witch, a brand new broom,
not a good idea.
would get a hold of that video and, you know, summon in some demon that they are not ready for.
Right. And they say that some are more powerful and more dangerous than others. Some are actually helpful, you know, so they're not all evil, but still you really want to know what you're doing.
Yeah.
With that kind of stuff.
Maybe don't jump right into that.
I would. Yeah. Don't jump right into the demons.
You know, we've seen that in real life. We've seen people that just go straight to that.
Yeah.
And
they get scared and freaked out too a lot of times. Yeah.
They do.
And then, you know, of course, there was John Dee and Edward Kelly, the famous magicians who summoned the angels.
Yes.
And they had a whole language, Enochian, that they learned from these angels. And that's a fascinating story. And this is back in Elizabethan times, was it not? Yeah.
Yeah, because he was
the court magician for
Queen Elizabeth, I think.
One of the old queens.
Yeah. Elizabeth the First.
Right. Anyway, yeah, that's fascinating. And apparently there's in Czechoslovakia, I think it's in Prague, where they had their place where they summoned the angels.
Wow.
And it's still there. You can go and check it out.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's all like this room. It has symbols painted all over. Woo!
Oh my goodness.
I know. Wouldn't that be amazing to see?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good reason to go to Prague.
Everything
like there's other great things in Prague. I know, right? Prague just seems such a fascinating place. And you've also got places like, you know, all these stone circles in Europe, in France and Britain, and the British Isles, and even Ireland and Scotland. And it's like, what was going on there? Like, why a circle? Well, we know why, but yeah. but a circle, you know, and all these giant stones. First, how did they get them there?
Yeah.
How did they lift them?
These
were prehistoric people.
Yeah.
It's a mystery.
How they did it.
It's a mystery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fascinating, and a lot of power in them.
Oh yeah.
I haven't been there personally, so I can't say.
I've only been to Stonehenge. I've been there, and I did feel, you know, a really cool feeling there. Yeah, there's power spots in the earth, right? And people have tapped into these power spots.
Well, I have been to Sedona, Arizona.
You talking about that place.
Yeah, talk about power spots in the earth. Like they call them vortexes in Sedona, and you can, if you are sensitive at all sensitive to energy, you can feel it. It's throughout the whole area. And different spots have different energy. My guess is that there's probably crystals in this area.
Oh yeah.
I that's my only guess as to why it's like that, but you can feel it. And there's like a lot of elementals. Went to this one area that had a river, and people were building those little stone
Oh, yeah.
structures, you
I
know.
love those.
Yeah, and as you walk along, there's these little stone structures everywhere, but then you get to the like this river with these big mountains in the background,
Wow.
and it was the energy of a woman, like divine feminine energy. I don't even know how to explain it. It was like cotton candy.
Wow. Yeah.
It's the only thing that comes to mind. It was
Mhm.
like sweet and like love.
Yeah,
I
I've
don't even
heard
know
that
how to
about Sedona.
explain it, but
I think it's a really magical place.
it's very magical.
Mount Shasta in California is another very magical place.
Yeah, I'd love to go there too.
Yeah, and there's been a lot of alien sightings there too, so
And Arizona as well.
right? Yeah.
Cherry.
So, yeah, and Glastonbury, England, I went there and wow, what a place that is. I mean, it's got the white spring and the red spring. They have never dried up in thousands of years. One is rich with calcium, the other rich with iron. So it's like the male and the female.
That makes sense.
And then you've got the Tor, and everyone climbs up to the Tor. And when we went up there, it was late at night because I was doing a little recital there in Glastonbury at a cafe. And then me and my host Steve, we ended up going up to the Glastonbury Tor at like 11:30 at night, which is kind of cool actually.
Yeah.
But when we got up there was these guys up there and they were playing the flute and they were chanting and stuff because it's a very magical place. And when you're up there, you can see like all over Somerset Flats.
Wow.
Like and it's the only mountain, right? They call it the Isle of Avalon.
Yeah.
So
I believe it.
there's magic in that place. There's magic there. There's a reason why it's a witch town. And I just love that town so much. I would love to live there because it appeals to my British roots. And it's, whenever there's a festival, everyone in the town dresses up.
I know, wouldn't that be nice?
And yeah, they even had like this dragon fest they just had, and they had everyone dressed as this big white dragon, and there was a red dragon and a white dragon, obviously symbolizing the two streams, the two springs. But anyways, everyone in the town comes out, from children right up to old people, right? And everyone celebrates and everyone dresses up. And it's just like the Wicker Man. I'll tell you, it's something else.
That'd be something else.
It's an amazing
to
place.
Live somewhere where it's celebrated like
so
that.
Celebrated. Yeah, and so natural.
And connected to your roots.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
totally.
We kind of lost that.
Yeah.
So there's these that you can use to either look for spirits, energy. Or you can ask it questions, just like the pendulum, so you can have it go like cross over like that or go wide.
Oh wow.
Oh, they're really working right now.
Yeah.
So show me yes. Show me no. Come on, show me no. So anyways,
those are interesting, and they're copper, right?
Yeah.
Are they usually copper?
Usually if you can get copper, it's supposed to be the best.
Can I try them?
Yeah.
Yeah, just see. So, they're not doing anything for me.
Are you holding on to the bottom at all?
Am I supposed to?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Well, that's why they're not moving.
Yeah.
Oh, now they're going crazy.
There you go.
Oh my God.
There you go.
Okay.
Now show a yes.
Now show me yes. They're still not moving much. They were. They're just sort of. But remember we did them in my backyard and they were really moving crazy. They were going wild. Anyways, maybe it's just we're not in the right state.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes they really want to go and sometimes they don't.
So remember that time with our group, Guelph Hermetic Arts, we were doing the pendulum board.
Yes.
And we were asking if there was any spirits. Now, I have a little back building behind my house, which is a beautiful room now. But when we moved into the house, it was just a garage where a guy worked on cars. But we've fixed it. We've totally refinished it and made it into a little beautiful room. It's all wood in there and everything. Anyways, we were asked with the pendulum, is there any spirits here? And we got two names. We got the name Tony and Frank. And Frank, we found out by asking all these questions that Frank didn't live there, but Tony did.
Yeah.
And that Tony kept birds. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And they had an old brown dog. And then they mentioned the word rosebud. Oh, they love to watch movies together and drink brandy.
Yeah.
Right?
That's right.
They love to and they mentioned Rosebud, and I didn't make the connection, but you and Alex immediately said Citizen Kane.
Yeah.
That was their favorite movie. And so anyway, we had this whole thing going on, and it was quite detailed.
Yeah.
The messages we got.
That was a good one.
And then I asked my neighbor, I said, can you tell me, because my neighbor was an old man, and his name was Joe. He's since passed on, but I said, hey, Joe, can you tell me who used to live in my house? And the names didn't match up. And so I thought, oh, okay, whatever. I said, was there anyone that used to live here named Tony? And he goes, oh, yeah, Antonio. Oh, yeah. But he lived in the house next door to me.
Oh.
But he kept birds, pigeons, and chickens in where my back building was. Okay. That was his coop. And I guess he used to get together with his friend Frank. And they would drink brandy together. And so it all checked out. And so I told Joe, but he goes, oh, I don't believe that. That's not true. Da, da, da. But, hey, I can't explain that.
Yeah.
He actually got the name Tony.
Yeah. Why would you even know about that or have those names, right?
Exactly. So that was definitely a proper spirit communication that we had there. And then we would often leave little drinks of brandy out for him. And that's another thing. If you're working with the spirit, you want to give offerings to that spirit. Mm-hmm. I wanted to bring up this book. Another very interesting coincidence. This book is called Living Spirits by B.J. Swain. And when we were talking about doing this video, I immediately thought about this book because it's all about working with spirits. And it's an excellent book. But what was interesting about it was this morning, I looked on Facebook and I follow an author named Matt Oren who wrote The Psychic Witch. And he put this book up and some other books by B.J. Swain today, the day that we're going to make the video. I can't explain that.
I love that.
But anyway, there's a thing in here about making a offering to Hecate. And this would be of interest to you, Mare, because you love Hecate and work with her. But the idea is that the day before the new moon, you prepare and set out a meal for Hecate.
Okay.
And you put it at the crossroads.
Yeah.
I'll just go through what it says here. It says, you light 4 candles, set 3 in a row, with one across the center, forming a T. Beyond these candles, the food which will be offered and any other items will be offered are set. Light the 3 incenses, myrrh, frankincense, and storax. If your intention is to cool the dead, pour a glass of water. If your intention is to seek their favor, to work with them in the future, pour a glass of wine. And we can write this in the description, but this is the incantation. Infernal and earthy and supernal bombo, come. Saint of streets and brilliant one that strays by night. Foe of radiance, but friend and mate of gloom. In howl of dogs rejoicing and in crimson gore. Wading amid corpses through tombs of lifeless dust. Panting for blood with fear convulsing men. Gorgo, Mormo, Mene, and of many shapes. Come, propitious Hecate, come to our sacrificial rites. And I had a hard time reading that because I was supposed to put my glasses on. I forgot. Anyway, and then it says, then from your heart and mind, explain what you're offering and why. Explain anything you're casting off or separating yourself from and what relationship you want with the restless dead. If you're praying for their peace or if you're requesting that they come to your future aid. Let the candles and incense burn, and then when the incense burns out, take the meal and deliver it to its appointed spot at the crossroads.
Nice.
And so that's just a little thing you can do, a little dedication you can do to Hecate every new moon, and working with the dead as well. So this is a fantastic book. It goes through all the different types of spirits. It even has a section on fairies, which is really interesting. And we might get into that when we do our fairy video. But I highly recommend any books by B.J. Swain. Another book that we had here was 6 Ways by Aidan Watchter. And this is an excellent book. And he has 2 books. I have them both at home and I should have brought them, but I can't remember what the other one is. But Aidan talks a lot about the field and the spiritual field, and leaving out gifts for spirits that you're working with, and how to navigate the field.
I just love how he explains
He's really good,
the
isn't he?
spirit world. Like,
Yeah.
he does a really great job
He
of
does.
explaining it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just the way he does offerings and that sort of thing. It's really interesting.
Yeah. And I think this is it's Red Temple Press, but I think it's a self-published. I think you need to look online for Aidan Webster's book. They might be republished now under a different publisher. I'm not sure. That we got them when they first came out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great book.
There's also the Raymond Buckland book.
Big
That
book of spirit communications.
that
the red one.
Right.
Big red
and
one.
we showed that in one of our videos
Yeah.
already. We don't have it here today, but the big red book, it's got a 7-pointed star on the front, so you can't miss it if you see it.
Yeah.
Raymond Buckland. And he was really into spiritualism and and another thing, go to a spiritualist church.
Yeah.
Like we did, and check it out if you can. Go to a seance,
Yeah. Go to see a medium. Yeah, go to some seances and that sort of thing. You don't need to wait for Halloween to do these things.
No, you don't.
You can go see this sort of stuff anytime.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, at Samhain, it's nice because the veil is thin then, but you don't need to wait.
You don't need to. No. The spirits are all around us all the time.
All the time.
And that's the whole thing. Like, once you start working with magic and working with witchcraft and everything, you start to realize that we don't. It's not.
We're not alone.
We're not alone, and things aren't what they seem. Like this world that's we're just going through work, and do this. No, that there's way more to it than that.
Yeah.
Way more to it than that.
Absolutely.
And magical practitioners know that. They've experienced it firsthand, and it's not just something. It's not something new. And in the B.J. Swain book, I thought was interesting. He was saying, Generation X, a lot of us, which we are Generation X, were introduced to this stuff in our teens.
Absolutely.
And so it's been with us for a long time now.
Yeah. Yeah. We were a generation that was really into it.
Yeah. Right. Because we grew up in the 80s, like, we were teenagers in the 80s, and it had all started to come out in the 60s and 70s, right? With the hippie generation. Yeah. But by the time it got to us, it was fully formed.
It was out there, and you could look anything up you wanted to.
Yeah.
At that point.
Oh yeah.
Even the library had tons of books on.
Well, yeah. Look at the millennials now; like they're getting it all from the internet.
Yeah. Although that's probably the internet. It's a blessing and a curse because there's a lot of great stuff out there, but there's also a lot of misinformation.
There is
junk.
Yeah.
How do you discern what's right and what's wrong now? I think it's really difficult.
It is.
More so than what we went through. We had a hard time finding things.
We did.
But at least when we did find it, it was typically good information.
I think so, yeah.
Whereas now, you have no idea.
No. And so many people are publishing books nowadays.
Yeah. You've just got to use your gut and your discernment to...
Or talk to someone older who has an idea and who can recommend some good books, right? And that's why we always try to recommend decent books to our watchers, because like Mary said, there's a lot of misinformation out there, and we would like to offer guidance for working with this kind of thing. But anyway, thanks so much for dropping in with us. We're going to do another video closer to Samhain about ancestor magic and working with spirits of the dead as well. But we just thought we just wanted to get into it. We didn't want to wait either, right?
No.
To do it. So thanks so much for joining us today. And like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Blessed be.
Blessed be.